Good morning, lovely people. I am not very tired right now, whereas I was last night. I shouldn't probably have played a game, but you live and learn. I lost that game. I will hopefully win this one. Let's get into it. My opponent is Tekahuka, 1478. I play e4, they play d5, so they're happy for me to take and then get a tempo on their queen. I don't see a better move than that. Takes tempo on the queen. They might go to a5. Yes, that's a line. Don't know anything about that line other than I've seen it before. I'm just going to get on with developing. Candidate moves are breaking the pin and developing my bishop, allowing me to castle next move. Developing my bishop with check, get kicked around a bit. Now, this bishop's a bit in a weird position and it's perilously close to being undefended. And I could also push d4. I like d4. I like that my queen can come out to d3 at some point, still defending the knight on f3 and getting out of the pin. And I fear that if I don't play d4 now, my opponent could have started doing these kinds of things. Okay, c6. I have no idea what c6 does. I can't think of what the idea is. It doesn't develop. It actually takes away a square for their knight. I hate d6. I hate c6. I think that's a bad move, but it's up to me to prove it. I am going to play the previously mentioned bishop e2 move, and then I'm going to castle. Kind of want to play bishop f4 because the king has decided to castle queenside. I think of a better move or a reason why that doesn't work. No, I like that. My opponent's playing very fast. They've got more time than when they started, and I'm playing relatively slowly. I've got 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, I would like to make sure that bishop can stay on this diagonal. So I'm giving it a square and give a tempo on the bishop so I don't lose time there. Develop my queen. I know I'm sort of in the way of my bishop there, so I'm in the way of my e2 bishop a little bit. It forms a battery, but the queen's at the head of that battery. But the reason I did that is because otherwise I was thinking d2, not d3, and I'm putting my queen behind my knight there, and so the black queen on a5 would be eyeing up my queen, and then my dark squared bishop would have a responsibility. Okay, I'm going to go back to d2. All the stuff I just said about it still remains. The dark squared bishop does have kind of a responsibility. If this knight moves here to h5, I will probably come back here, but now my queen is undefended, so this knight can't move. I think I'm going to win their bishop. Not win it outright, but trade it for a knight. And they can always come back here, I suppose. So if they do that, and I take and they take, and I come back here, I was thinking of then kicking that knight, forming a battery with this queen and this bishop. But actually, these two pieces do a good job of defending this square, and so this pawn can just push. And because my queen's at the head of this battery, if I take and then the knight takes, for example, I could take that. No, I could take that with the queen because then the queen's the only follow-up. And then I've won a pawn, but it's a long variation. So it's probably wrong. My opponent's spending a little bit more time thinking now. Okay, so my opponent took a long time. They spent 5 minutes and 30 seconds playing this move, or thinking about playing this move. And I think I win a knight. If I take this knight with my knight, it defends my queen. If they take the knight with the bishop, then I win their queen, so they're not going to do that. So takes, win a queen, and takes, I've won a knight. We trade queens, and I'm up a knight. And then they win a pawn. I'm just going to check all that, because they've spent a long time, they're higher rated than me. Maybe they just missed. I'm thinking that they just missed that when I take the knight with my knight, it defends my queen. I've checked it. I think it's right. Still a bit nerve-wracking, but let's give it a go. Let's take it. Let's take that knight. And let's see how quickly they respond. If they respond very quickly, we'll know that I've made some sort of mistake. But this is good enough. They have probably just mistakenly not noticed that it defends my queen. So actually, my queen on d2, which I was concerned about being undefended or potentially undefended, and the knight being pinned to it, sort of happened the other way around. Their queen on a5 is undefended, and now it's lost them a knight. Yep, and then they win a pawn. So actually, all these squares are defended by my pieces. So if I go here with the rook, or with the other rook, but probably this one, then they're likely to go here because this square is defended by a pawn. I can then push, and then they have to go here, pretty much. I can then take and rip open the kingside defense, and then actually they can't take back because my rook's pinning that pawn. Wow, that could work. Okay, let's try that. I think unless they notice all of that, they're going to go here. Okay, then they may have noticed all that. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, I'm aware that I'm opening up this, but I'm quite happy with that at the moment. I want to start attacking on this side. Can't do it straight away. Almost lost a pawn there. Need to be careful. I also like this move, threatening to come in with a check and then forking the rooks. I really want to win this game. I was winning yesterday and I lost because I started making bad moves. So I really want to convert this, what I'm pretty sure is a winning position. I really like this piece. This piece could be better, this piece could be better. So rather than losing a pawn, let's improve my pieces. This one first, because it has a clear plan of giving a check next move. This covers it. So, yep, I was just about to say, they can just, parry that. If I go here, then they can just defend that pawn. My bishop's doing such a good job. These squares are just unavailable for the king. Can I make use of that? Okay, I need to make sure I don't go too much down on time. This knight's probably going to jump here next. I'm preparing to do that move now. A little bit slow, but I wanted to make a move and not put myself in too weak a position on the clock. So preparing this potentially, or obviously this, but I think more likely they want to play e5, but at the moment it doesn't quite work. Can I miss that? It's a little bit frustrating that I can miss such a basic move. And now am I losing a piece? This is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, I think if I can... I was going to go here, but then I saw that, but then I can attack the rook. So if the rook takes the knight, bishop takes knight, pawn takes knight. It's not great, but there is this, and then when rook takes bishop, then forking the rook and the bishop. But no, I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in that. I can push this pawn, and then if that happens, then that is a better trade. That's much better. I'll do that. Okay. Shouldn't be in this position really, but given that I am, I should avoid making further mistakes. That's what happened yesterday. I played one bad move, and then it led to another, and then another, and they got progressively worse. So I lost that central pawn. For some reason, I'm pretty blind to, like... I saw that knight move, but I was thinking about this square and how I can't do this, but I didn't pay attention. Okay, that pawn is undefended. It's undefended now. They didn't see it. It's undefended now, and I'm only just getting away with not losing a piece because of that. Kind of want to get this bishop off the undefended square, but I also want to play this move. Yeah, I'm going to play this move. This works. If this, then I can just go here. Or even the more aggressive move here now. Taking a pawn. Yeah, I didn't think of that. But I'm going to take. And I am going to attack the rook. Okay, I want to do this, or if they take this pawn at any point, then yeah, this rook is going to be a monster. But I want to take this at some point. What's their best move here? Okay. I'm going to get my bishop to safety whilst with a tempo on their rook. This is terrible. I keep making bad moves. I think I can get out of it by just having all this momentum against the black king. I was thinking about making this move, but I think that was a little bit slow. I can still make that move maybe later. But if they come across now, or more likely, I don't know. They're threatening to take away the defender of that bishop. At some point, I'd like to move my f-pawn. That was just a complete miss. So I'm thinking of doing this, but really I don't think I've got enough now. I think me losing that knight like an idiot. think they should have played rook. Oh, god damn it. I don't believe the blunders 5. Yesterday it said blunders 6, and then when I came to the game review it said like 1 each. That was a very frustrating game. I had almost the exact same arc as yesterday. Up a piece, or at least, I was up a piece yesterday, in a winning position, and then just start blundering. So, yeah, quite annoyed about that. Where was... It was around here. Lost the pawn without thinking, without noticing it was going to be lost. Did some... That was a mistake, or at least I didn't notice that move, for example. Should have, instead of gone there, done what I originally thought here, because then the bishop covers it. Like, I need to think, if I'm going to put my pieces on undefended squares, then an attacking at a piece, then that piece can then try and attack the undefended piece I've just created. And then got out of that with the knight attack, and then I should have just come back somewhere like here. Centralize the bishop. Don't mess around attacking a rook. There's no point in doing that, I don't think. So just attack the central squares, or be central, attack some squares around the king, back to where it was perfectly placed before, and lost the bishop. Allowed the knight to be pinned to the rook. Lost the knight. Allowed that to be forked. That was just rushing because I was thinking, okay, I might be able to gain some momentum here. But yeah, that is not good. I mean, even here, but that cuts off the king really nicely here. I mean, the rook can come across to stop that. But I mean, yeah, this would be good. Definitely a frustrating loss, but that's part of the game. Be annoyed. Learn from your mistakes. Carry on. Move on to the next game. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. Speak to you soon.